guys, and we got us a +1 in the building.
Yes,
and,
we do.
Not just a +1, but you know how I rock with my authors, right? You
Yes.
already know. So I'm an author myself, so it's near dear to my heart because it takes a lot to become an author. It takes dedication. You have to really take yourself seriously. You have to really put yourself in time out a lot of times just to make it happen. And a lot of people don't have that much discipline. So this young man has. So, wifey, you want to finish the introduction?
I do. My husband's, like he said, authors are well respected. And when you're a black author, when you're a black man and you are doing something like this is how I met him. I saw him on Facebook. He had done a book and I was like, ooh,
she slid in my DM is what she was saying.
I slid in his DMs.
That's
yes,
what
I
she
did.
was saying, basically. Yeah.
Yes. So that's how it happened for us. But y'all, welcome to the show, author Hney.
Hey, give it up.
Hello, sir.
Welcome aboard, champ.
Thanks for having me tonight. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Man, we appreciate you being in the building, man. So let's get into it, man. Let's talk a little bit about this book and how you feel becoming a new author.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, I've always had a creative mind. I've always been someone who's had an imaginative mind, and I started writing from a really dark place. I had a breakup, and I needed to get over it somehow. So I just channeled all that energy into writing, and it's been fun. It's something that's fun, something that I like doing and enjoying doing.
Yes.
So you turned your pain into some purpose.
I did. I was home for the first couple of weeks. I was depressed, laying on that couch, not shaved, just overeating. And then I was like, you know what? Let me just put these words together and then record them as well. So it's been a fun journey doing that, and I really appreciate it.
I like it.
Yeah. So.
Also, I got.
You got the list right there.
Oh. Well, help me out.
The title of it is called "It's Been a Long Time." Let's get into your audiobook. Let's give our viewers and listeners more information about this. It's been a long time.
First of all, how did you come up with the title?
So the story is about a lady who has it all at home. She's a stay-at-home mom. She has a husband that does everything. He works. He makes all the money. They have all the stuff that she needs, great kids, all of that stuff. But what she's missing at home is intimacy and passion. And she seeks to look elsewhere for that. And in my universe and in the stories that I write, when you do wrong and you're not doing the right thing, there are consequences for that. So in the story, it turns from erotica to suspense, and there's some decisions she has to make that changes her life.
So that gets pretty. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, so is any of it based off of real life stuff or just your imagination?
It's
or a combination?
It's all imagination. There might be some combination of things, some of the scenes, but for the most part, it's all imagination. Honestly, it's funny you asked that question. I struggle with that because I didn't want folks to judge me off of the way that I think sometimes, because the story is kind of wild. So
wow,
yeah, pretty interesting.
So is it only available on audio?
Yeah, it is. I don't have a paperback copy of it. The highlight is just my speaking voice, something like that. It's not anything that I like to cite, but I've heard it a lot that I have a nice speaking voice. So that's the highlight of the stories, is the voice.
So you did your own narration?
I did. I like narrating. I narrate for audiobooks as well. So that's pretty cool.
Okay, that's dope.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
So when she asked the question, I was about to say sort of that. I was going to say, where do you pull from? So if you have this imagination, where do you go to get this story? Like, because it could go different directions. I write. So where do you pull from, like you said, in experiences, other people's experiences, or it just comes to you? Like, how do you figure out what I want to write?
Yeah, it just comes to me sometimes, and like I take walks every morning, and usually like I think of stuff then, and it's just kind of crazy how some things come to mind. Now, some things I can't pick up from experience or things that I listen to, but for the most part, it just comes to me.
How long did it take to pen it? Like, how long did it take you to actually finish the book?
I struggled a lot with some of the explicit scenes, some of the sex scenes that I wrote. The way people would look at it, they'll be like, wow, like, this stuff comes to your mind, like it's crazy. And
so you just wild and freaky?
Somebody got paddled.
I mean, you could just tell us, hell, we just right here, we ain't doing nothing. So I mean, if you wild and freaky, I'm all right with that, but that's what you're doing. So you basically giving us a smidget in there. So my wife handcuffed and chained idea is in there, is what you're saying?
Maybe not this one, but the other ones that I've written, for sure. It gets pretty explicit, yes.
Hey,
Okay.
I ain't mad at that, man. It is what it is. So I would never worry about what people would think when you write it though, because I'm gonna tell you something. You ain't gonna satisfy all your audience. You're gonna have some to love, some to hate, and so that's a big deal though. So how many total? Is it a series or you just?
This is the first one. Yeah, this is the first one that I wrote, and I have about 3 more. The next one I have is Keeping It on the DL. That's gonna be a pretty good.
That's
one
the name of it, Keeping It on the DL.
Keeping It on the DL.
I'm scared to ask.
I'm scared, right?
No, just to summarize really quickly.
All right, let's talk about it.
Yeah, it's about an athlete who, lives the lifestyle that everyone loves, and finally he settles down, but things get stale at home. But then he starts getting into things that he probably normally wouldn't want anybody to know about.
On the DL.
On the DL.
Okay, and he's an athlete.
He's a professional athlete, makes a lot of money, lives the lifestyle, but you wouldn't imagine him living the type of life that he's living on the DL.
I don't know. This world nowadays.
Okay, so that
this
sounds
probably,
like a film. That sounds like a feature film.
I can believe it.
And so it's pretty easy to believe, like she said, there's a lot
Yeah.
going on these days. And so I try not to judge people. They have their lifestyle and it is what it is. But that's creative, though, because that's something relatable at this day and time. I think that's really something that a lot of people are going through in the athletic system. It, not just that, in teaching, whatever it is, it's a lot of stuff going on. My thing about that is I don't knock nobody's thing, but I would say I respect the person who's open and honest about it. If you can own it, then you should be it. That's how I say.
That's right.
And that's the consequence. Again, in the story, he makes a decision that changes a lot of things, and he gets extorted by his lover on the side. So he has to make a decision on what to do. So it's
I
pretty,
like
I
that.
can't wait for that to
Oh, that's
come out.
pretty fly. What's the name of it?
it's called Keeping It on the DL.
Okay, that's
When
gonna
can
be
we
a fly
wait? When
book.
can we expect that?
That's coming out April 13th.
Ooh.
But eventually, I like to cross over into more horror movies. Horror stories. I never listened to erotic and lit erotica, and that's the irony of it all. I don't listen to that stuff, but writing it, I can do that. So I don't even listen to my own stories, if I'm completely honest with you. So
Wow!
Yeah.
Wow! So interesting.
Yeah, so I like that you take different paths. So that's a good thing, though, because a lot of time we get typecast as black writers or black authors is writing. We get typecast. So I see that you're spreading it out a little bit, and you have a different genres and different things that you're covering.
right.
That's pretty cool. I'm still stuck on that last one because I can see it as a film.
I know. I can't wait.
Yeah,
I see it as a becoming a film. You ever think of turning your movies like going from book to film? Because that's what I'm in the process of. This is a Gangster's Cry, and it'll be soon. So Far Removed.
Yeah, honestly, I would like to narrate your story, so we could talk about that another time.
Looking forward to it.
Yes.
Yeah, but as far as like turning into a motion picture, that's my dream. That's my goal of turning a lot of the stories that I have into motion pictures. The scary one that I wrote, Dr. Weston, I had a lot of fun writing that because I like scary movies and stuff like that. So. Keeping on the DL, I struggled again writing some sex scenes because it's not anything that's typical. So it took me a while to write it down.
So they're giving us the gang sign, so we got to get ready
Gang-
to wrap it
gang
up.
sign.
But before we do, you got 1 hour. You get ready to go celebrate a big check you just got for your book. You got one artist you can put in. You can't take them out. Who you listening to? It could be a group or it could be an artist. It could be a group or it could be an artist.
There's
Real
so
quick,
many.
who you got?
You gotta pick one.
I love R&B.
One. One artist. You feeling good?
1 whole hour.
I like Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? But in
Okay.
terms of like
Don't
R&B,
cheat.
Me too.
yeah. I
Lil
like Sade
Wayne.
as well. Don't get.
So I
it.
promise
like
you
Sade.
this: Lil Wayne is somebody. If you got the ear for that, you can listen to him for 80 hours. Like
Very
you can
lyrical.
You can ride around the world with Lil Wayne. So I appreciate you, man, and I appreciate what you bringing. Anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
Yeah, you can find It's Been a Long Time on Apple iTunes, on YouTube, on all streaming platforms, and you can also follow me on IG. My name is Jay Hney, Hney, like the drink Henny.
Okay,
Like
Jay
Henny Mango.
Henny.
Like Henny Mango,
Like-
yeah.
Y'all,
Like the Henny Mango, y'all enjoy it, yeah.
Please make sure you support. I cannot wait. I'm telling you right now, I can't wait to listen to both of your projects. The one that you have out now is next on my list, and then on April 13th, I can't wait for the DL one. So thank
So,
you very
I
much,
wanna
y'all.
put you with
Please
somebody,
support
too.
this young man and welcome him to our
Yep,
Spotlight
yep. Y'all
family.
give it
You're
up.
part of the
Y'all give
family
it up.
now,
Y'all
Jay
give it
Henny.
up. Y'all give it up. Give it up.
Jay Henny. Yes.
In the building. We
Yes.
appreciate you, brother.
We got another guest waiting so patiently. We got Mr. Edward waiting, and we are going to get to him coming
An amazing
up after
story.
this
You guys
next
stay tuned. We'll
commercial
be right back.
break.
Spotlight over.